Can it be without space?
I don't know about space.
Exactly. You need either one of them to operate. Otherwise, science breaks down. The fact that Stephen Hawking could only go up to the singularity and not beyond that, yes, is because he has realized himself that without one of these components, time or space, you cannot operate.
But there may be multiple singularities.
Even then you'll need space, my friend.
So my point is the model is not matured enough yet.
No.
Science is saying versus space.
Every model, that's what I'm telling you, I don't think you got this. Every model that they develop, you need one of these components, time or space. You can't operate without that. Science is handicapped without that.
I saw in a podcast, there may not have been time. There is such a thing as an infinite universe.
Yeah, but you're forgetting space now.
I don't know about space.
Exactly. So go and look it up, because this is what I'm telling you. It's not just time.
Have you heard of the infinite universe theory?
Yeah, it's not a theory. It's a hypothesis.
Yeah, it's a model.
You know why it's a hypothesis, not a theory yet? Because it's been rejected by majority of the scientists.
So
They have these different ideas that it could be eternal, it could be cyclic, it could be all this, but these are hypotheses. It means they are just a bunch of opinions out there. That's just a bunch of opinions.
doesn't mean 1,000 or 100 years from now they might not come up with something more concrete.
Okay, you know what you're saying basically? You're saying that in order for
Science develops.
no, but science has limits. You have to, and they accept that. Science does have limits. For example, if I took,
Like before,
brother, just 1 minute, let me finish the point. It's like me giving you a tool, like a metal detector, to go and find plastic. Would you ever?
metal detector.
Yeah, to find plastic.
Because the technology of a metal detector is not to find plastic.
Exactly. So it's a wrong tool. It's a wrong tool to understand the metaphysical. Naturalistic science only deals with the physical, and in order to observe and understand the physical world, it needs these two components, time and space. Without that, doesn't matter how advanced your science is.
Cosmological.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how advanced your science is. Without time and space, they cannot operate. These are the fundamental components for them to postulate any theory or even a hypothesis. Yes, they have to do this.
Then after 100 years, they can formulate a good hypothesis that is exempt from time and space. They can,
No, because we are talking about naturalistic science.
doesn't have time and
My
space.
friend, we are talking about naturalistic science. What is naturalistic science? It has to be either observable, it has to be measurable, it has to be testable, it has to be conduct experiments, and there's no way you can think of any of this without time or space. Anytime. No, anytime, my friend. Anytime. Okay, you think of performing an experiment without space or time on any of these hypotheses. You can't.
Well, maybe in the quantum level, in the quantum,
Even in quantum level.
even in the quantum level, there's no time, there's no space. Things can exist in two places at once. So
It exists in a quantum vacuum. That is not nothing. Okay, that's not nothing. Go and look it up. That quantum vacuum is not nothing. So even at a quantum level, you need these components. That's why I said it's handicapped without this, my friend. Doesn't matter how you look at it. So at the end of the day, we cannot say that the universe came from nothing. Okay? And for you to say, I don't know, again, you're taking an agnostic position. So the question is, what is the alternative? I would say that if you break it down to its simplest form, it's either from something or it cannot be nothing. So the only thing is it has to come from something. And in order for this something, it has to be, first and foremost, not dependent, because everything else you see around you, including the universe, is contingent. So it has to be independent. That entity has to be independent, which brought about the universe and everything else.
The guy with the cross was
Okay, give me an alternative then, go on. Because your answer is nothing. That's not really an answer.
cosmologists don't agree.
With what?
Have many theories. I mean, I said one cosmologist say time may not have been around. I mean,
What did I tell you about hypothesis? My friend,
Basically says
you're not giving me theories, you're giving me hypotheses. Hypotheses are claims and opinions of scientists. There's nothing wrong there's nothing wrong in having opinions. But until that opinion becomes peer-reviewed and disproven, then only it becomes a theory. So when you say something, they have to disprove it. Until, so if it's not disproven, then it becomes a theory. But as soon as it, yeah, exactly. So these are opinions, my friend. You can have a million opinions. It doesn't mean it's fact. Yeah.
Why are you insisting that be proofs for that? Do you insist they have proofs for what you think?
Say again?
You're insisting that there should be proofs for hypotheses.
That's how science works, my friend. Do you know how science works? In order for a hypothesis to become a theory, it needs to go through peer review.
Do you have the same? Do you require that of your religion?
Religion is not science. So why would it? Why would you? No. Hold on. Why would it go through the same process as science?
You don't have proof that you don't know.
Yeah, inference. That is the reason. Where did he come from? Yeah.
Did he say Boris is?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Religion are based on logic. They're based on your rationality. They're not based on like scientific evidence.
No. Religion. We use, first and foremost, for us, the revelation is important. But then we also use, for us, there's nothing wrong in using science in our understanding of the world, because it explains the naturalistic world. There's nothing wrong in that. However, sometimes you can use inference to understand, like I was asking you, where did the universe come from? Okay, it couldn't have come from nothing. So what is the alternative? You didn't have an alternative. You said, I don't know. But I don't know is not really an answer.
Literally the only answer.
That's not an answer, my friend.
Nobody knows.
No, you can't speak for everyone. I'm sorry.
Nobody knows.
So first and foremost, the universe is here. Everything that begins to exist has a cause.
No.
You don't know.
You don't know. No one.
No, don't speak for yourself. You don't speak on my behalf, just like I don't speak on your behalf. Very simple as that. So if you are going to say that the universe came from where, you have no answer. The reason you don't have an answer is because you're not willing to look at the option that God could be an option, but you said that is not really an option.
Other things matter. People, the society.
By the way, why can't God be an option? Why can't God be an option?
I didn't say it wasn't.
Also, it can be an option.
It might be.
Oh, you see, that's progress. Earlier he was atheist, now he's an agnostic.
It might not be your.
By the way, you just became an agnostic.
No, I've always been an agnostic. I don't.
Okay, so you're not an atheist then.
That's what that means.
Okay, so if there is a possibility that God could have brought about this universe, what objection do you have against that?
It might not be your God, and also all of the things.
By the way, I think there's only one God.
Every single book, every single religious book is made up by people.
How many religious books have you read?
Well, one, a little bit.
and then you call that, wait, you call that logic?
Written by people.
So which book have you read, by the way?
All books are written
Is it the Bible? Which Bible?
by Bible.
You read the Bible.
Wow.
And you made a judgment. Wait, let me get this right. You read only a bit of the Bible.
All books are written by people.
Hold on. You read only a bit of the Bible and you condemned all the religious books in the world. How logical is that?
Are written by people.
Of course they're written by people, but but one of them is revealed by God. Okay.
We believe Allah did it, someone says Ganesh did it, someone says Mario did it.
Yeah, that's why we have to examine the different books. Because obviously the different books of religion, they all claim that they are from God. So for us it is now imperative that we observe these claims, and then you eliminate the ones that you know have contradictions, for example. And that is one of the best ways to eliminate something. And that's why I said the atheist understanding of the worldview is always going to be contradictory, because it's based on your whims and desires.
Well, it is contradictory.
No, but
Was that?
when you want to
It is contradictory, yeah, you're right.
When you want to study cosmology,
Yeah.
you study things like redshift, Doppler effect. You don't study religiously. Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
So
It's science, right?
Okay, so when you're discussing science,
Yeah.
you discuss scientific models, scientific methods, scientific principles. You don't discuss religious. So you put those aside.
No, you don't. You don't.
Okay, how do you understand
Okay.
cosmology through?
I'm not talking about cosmology per se. There are certain
Talking about the origins.
No, there are certain principles, even in science, which they use in logic, in philosophy, and in science. Okay, take the example of cause and effect.
You're talking about the origin of the universe.
No, I'm talking about,
This is a cosmological issue.
no, cause and
It's
effect.
not a philosophical issue. It's not.
No. It can be used philosophically as well. Many philosophers did ponder about cosmology, did ponder about the universe, how it came. And that's the reason I brought in cause and effect. Cause and effect can be used in science and in philosophy too. Okay, and in religion too. There's nothing wrong in that. If anything that begins to exist, then it must have a cause. You know why? Because that shows that thing which began to exist is something which is dependent, is contingent. So we know that everything around us, including ourselves, are contingent. Okay? But then we need to explain what brought about these contingent things. What are they contingent on? And that's where the cause and effect comes. So like I said, if everything that begins to exist has a cause, the universe began to exist, so it must have a cause. So now we have to speak about the cause. What is a cause? It's not nothing. There's a clue.
It doesn't exist and nothing are the same thing.
What's that? Say again?
It doesn't exist and nothing are the same thing.
It doesn't exist.
No, I'm saying doesn't exist. It doesn't exist and nothing are the same thing.
Yeah, what's the point you're making?
But you're saying there can't be any nothing.
No, I'm saying if the universe, we know.
The universe always existed.
No, it didn't always exist. Where's the evidence for that?
I don't know. I have as much evidence as you.
But you're the one who made the claim, so you must have something to substantiate it. I didn't make that claim, you did. The one who makes the claim, the onus is on them.
What I'm saying
To provide
is,
evidence.
if there's no such thing as nothing,
Yeah.
then nothing has to be. Then something doesn't have to be.
No, I think you're putting the cart before the horse. I'll tell you why. We know that the universe exists, right? So it's not nothing. The universe does exist. We also know that it began to exist because the scientists tell us it is.
Began to exist.
Can you let me finish, please?
It was nothing.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it began to exist, and we know that it exists. So you cannot ignore it. And they say that it is 13.8 billion years, which means that it had a beginning.
What was before?
Before the universe, God.
This is God.
Yeah.
Where was he?
Sorry?
Where was he?
Where is?
Where was God?
Where was God? God was where he is. He doesn't need a time and space.
Yeah, but
What happened? Cat's got your tongue?
what was he doing?
What was he doing? That's none of your business. Okay, first and
You
foremost.
don't know.
What do you mean I don't? Yeah, I never said I knew everything about God. When did I make that claim? In fact, you made the claim that the universe is eternal. That's why I asked you, where's the evidence? Because the one who makes the claim, the onus is on them to
What
provide
I'm
the
saying
evidence.
is, and I'm not a physicist, so I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is, if there's no such thing as nothing, and therefore nothing, then you don't have to create anything. So therefore, the universe, or whatever it was before it was the universe, must have always existed.
No, because you already said there's no such thing as nothing. You already said there's no such thing as nothing, and I agree with you. So before the universe existed, before the universe existed, it was nothing. That means it didn't exist. That's all it means. The universe did not exist. It began to exist at a certain point.
I'm saying there was nothing.
I think you confuse yourself.
No, you're contradicting me.
Okay, say again.
You're saying,
What is that? What is that I'm
you're saying
saying?
before the universe, there was,
Guys, sorry, I can't hear. Please, if you don't mind. Yeah. Say again. Yeah.
you're saying before the universe, that was created from nothing.
Did I say it was created from nothing? Don't put words in my mouth. I never said that. I said the universe began to exist at a certain point, which means before that there was no universe.
It began to exist, so what does that mean?
That means before that point there was.
What was it before it began?
Look, if you ask me a question, allow me to finish at least. Allow me to finish the answer.
You
Before the universe, I've always answered the question, if you noticed. Before the universe existed, okay?
Yeah.
Saying that it didn't exist means the universe began to exist at a certain point. Before that, there was no universe. Which part of that you didn't understand?
So what was it before it was the universe? Because you said
It didn't exist. How many times have I repeated? I think people have understood. Maybe you didn't.
But there's
No,
no
you-
consensus.
Say again?
You're saying before the singularity there was nothing.
I didn't say nothing. I said God, remember?
Okay. No, I'm talking scientifically speaking. You can, if you want to go to faith-based answers, we can't have a discussion.
No, but I will. You know, my answers are. Wait. No. My answer will depend on my worldview. Okay. So whether scientists ask me,
Faith-based answer.
can I finish?
It's not peer-reviewed.
Yeah, can I finish? So my answer will depend on my worldview. Your answer will depend on your worldview. Okay, I'm not going to divide my answer. If a scientist asks me a question, or a religious person asks me a question, or an atheist asks me a question, and that is where the standard is in my worldview, that my answer is going to remain consistent. You see what I mean? Just because a scientist asks me doesn't mean I'm not going to use the term God, just because he or she doesn't like it.
So there's a faith-based answer, which is God. You agree with that? I agree with that. I think God did it. Right?
No, that's your worldview. My worldview is the way I answer. I'm not going to negate God from the equation, am I?
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, go on.
There's a faith-based answer, which is to say that before the universe, God created it. Right? That's what you agree?
No. Speak for yourself.
Okay, I think God created this universe.
Okay, good.
That's a faith.
What do you mean by faith-based answer?
Based on scripture, based on revelation, based on what I'm taught by my book, which is the Quran, which I believe.
No, it doesn't need to even be based on religious scriptures. It is based purely on inference. Okay? Because to me, look, whether you call it God, whether you call it whether you call it an intelligent designer, whether you call it a supernatural being, supernatural power, supernatural energy, whatever it is, I'm saying that there has to be a being which brought all this into existence, because we know the alternative is nothing, and nothing doesn't even exist. It cannot bring about something like the universe. See what I mean? It's based on inference here. So you can name it. Look, you can call it a label like God if you want to. That's fine. Okay. But for me, what I'm saying using this is called the kalam cosmological argument. I think you've probably heard about it. That everything that begins to exist, which is like the universe, which began to exist, it must have a cause. And the cause, then we can define, after that we can define what the cause is.
What if it was infinite?
Say again?
What if it was infinite? The universe is infinite. It didn't have a beginning.
It cannot be. It cannot be. The reason the scientists have...
There is an argument for an infinite universe. And it's been shown.
But I'm telling you why not. You asked me a question, I'm telling you why majority of the scientists have rejected that model of an infinite universe.
But there is still that.
Yeah, it's a hypothesis. Yeah, it's the least accepted among the scientists. The reason majority accept the Big Bang model over these other so-called hypotheses out there is because these scientists also, using their own intellect, they have come to the understanding the universe could not have been infinite, because based on the redshift and based on the expansion of the universe, they realized at one point there was this singularity. Yes? And they say that it has to have a beginning. It cannot be beginningless.
There could have been multiple beginnings before that.
That still has beginning. Even with the multi-universe, by the way, that is also a hypothesis. Hold on. Even with the multi-universe hypothesis, not a theory, because no one has seen beyond our universe. So these are all just, like I said, all opinions. And opinions are they can be millions of opinions. They haven't even reached to the level of a theory, let alone a fact.
What was the universe made from?
What?
What was it made
Matter.
from? Matter.
Yeah, what do you think it is? Don't you see matter everywhere? Matter and energy. Atoms, molecules, energy.
It existed before the universe.
Okay, now that's another question. You asked me what is the universe made of. Now you're asking what was it before. Before it didn't exist. I've repeated this several times. I don't know why you don't understand. No, it didn't. Matter is not eternal.
You just said the universe was made from matter.
Yeah, because if you look in the universe, we see matter and energy.
So where did it come from?
God. I'm not going to be like this gentleman here that give a theological answer and a scientific answer. No, my answer is consistent, my friend.
There are some physicists,
Yeah.
like Sean Carroll, saying that there was big crunches and big bangs.
Yeah,
Big
it's a